Welcome to Wyckoff Training Academy. This session is in series of applying Wyckoff tape reading tool which I have made with different concepts. So actually the reason for bringing up this series is like I got some requests from people or from different traders for issuing the trial of this indicator. Actually, it's not an indicator, it's a tool more than an indicator. So I thought, because I don't give any free trials of any of my this trading systems or tools or indicator whichever I make, because I give daily updates and I record videos and I also record bar replay session, so that you get first hand account of what things are going on with this particular system, because all my systems are non-repaint. So neither do I provide any free trial, neither I provide any testimonial from anyone, because that's not my way of doing trading, because trading is my first priority, and whatever has been profitable for me, I try to share it on a very marginal price. So it's your call to take whether you want to go for it or not, whether you want to purchase it or not. But eventually, if you'll come one day, you will come to me and you will take the system, because of the profitability. That's it. No other thing. And moreover, apart from this, what I'm planning is to come up with a trading room kind of concept, wherein I normally trade JBP USD, Euro USD, and XA USD, like gold spot. So these are the three markets which I normally look into and try to find trades on them. So if you want, you can join my uh, trading group, and like I'll be coming up with on like either a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group. So stay tuned and stay connected. You will get the update on that one. And as far as this today's session is concerned, I got I was interacting with one of the trader from Europe, and he was asking that he's trading on ICT or smart money concept. So there are many school of thought, like many people who have developed many systems based on this ICT concepts. I don't trade ICT. I don't trade demand and supply zones or smart money concepts. Though as far as my knowledge is concerned, they all root back to the core principle of like if we could talk about Wyckoff three laws. So they all are like somewhere down the line connected to Wyckoff rules, effort versus result, and cause and effect. So mostly are connected with effort versus result and demand and supply. So whatever my studies and whatever my concepts are developed around Wyckoff method, I'm practicing it like some past more than 15 years. So like for today's session, what I've chosen is this ICT concepts. The reason I'm not promoting any Lux Algo, he's a he provides various indicators and trading systems and tools on TradingView. So I am not promoting him, but the reason for taking his indicator into account is like I find his coding to be precise and up to the mark. So I, being myself a programmer and coder, So what I've seen is like his coding style and the way he codes or programs his systems or tools are like up to the mark. So that's the only reason which I'm using this Lux algo as an example. So neither I'm promoting Nine, neither I'm uh, trying to push his products. You can use it on based on your experience. So the reason only for taking his script is like it is known among the programmers. He is one of the finest programmers and coders when it comes to coding complex things into graphical representation. So without any further ado, this is a blank chart. Like this is the reason I have chosen candlestick is like many people are using candlesticks rather than bars because I train my student across bars. So, but I've seen many people using candles. So that's the reason I'll be using in this series. I'll be using candlesticks. So if we see this thing, like all the things are mostly self-explanatory. This is break-off structure. This is MSS mass fair value gap. Again, FVG fair value gap, and again a fair value gap recently created. This is a 1 hour time frame chart. So uh, this video is purely intended for people who are using ICT concepts, and if they apply my toolkit, which is based on pure Wyckoff demand and supply. So if they use it, what difference will it make in their trading? So I don't know like how you, because there are different school of thought, different people following in a different way. How you trade based on FVG and break of structure and master structure. So for me, it's like blank canvas. These are the levels which are calculated based on the theory of ICT, and if we try to find out where to buy and where to sell, where the market is going to go, and what is the gray areas and what is the pain areas of the market or turning points, this and that, based on tape reading. So that is not what is visible at this point of time, or you cannot assess based on the candles. If you have green and red candles, then that, if you are acquainted with that win, or if you're acquainted with, or if you're well versed with candlestick patterns or reversal patterns, so then it will add some value to it. And I don't know what is your decision making criteria for initiating any buy or sell trade, or whether before initiating any buy or sell, what you look into basically. So I'm here to collaborate and align and apply Wyckoff tape reading toolkit with ICT concepts. So I'll try to say, like we'll try to assess whether it has added any value to trading or not. So I'll just bring up the now I have open up this one tape reading toolkit analysis dashboard. So these are the conclusions based on my analysis. This is the circle uh, signifies the color of the candle or bar. Triangle is the signal which is generated above or below. So having said that, we'll look into what and how does this facilitates your FVG or breakoff structure or master structure if you were using both the things together. So for example, I'll start with the most recent study. More, one second. Let me see. So this was FVG. I think it is visible to you. This is FVG, fair value gap, and somewhere down the line, I think here is another FVG. So this was the trade which I've, according to me, yesterday initiated based on 1 hour time frame. I think I shared this in one of the group. So as we know, like by this one, you can understand if both the things are green, demand is in control. If candle color is red and you are getting a blue triangle, that means supply is in control. This is the example of that one. And if triangle is candle is green and triangle is blue, that means demand, there is a imbalance between demand and supply, and that could also lead to a trend change. And same goes with if candle is red and triangle is green. This is the example of that one. Here is the example. Look at this particular candle and look at this particular candle. For this one, this is the green candle and blue triangle. That means there is an imbalance between demand and supply. And same goes with red and green combination. There is imbalance between supply and demand, and a possible trend change is expected. So if we see accordingly, if we say consider this one, we were making higher progress, demand was in control. At some point of time there was supply, but this was later converted into demand, and demand to control and price went upwards. And after that we have, you can see this particular imbalance, and this particular imbalance resulted in the reversal or small pullback back towards supply zone. So this is, you can see price is getting retraced, and I was talking about this one. If this is the imbalance, clear imbalance, demand and supply imbalance, and a possible trend change is expected. So in this case, what normally a trader would feel like, sir, we are going upwards, we are making higher progress. So, and we are going sideways for around like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. So in this particular case, what is particular trend change or supply and demand imbalance, that is understood. But what could be a possible trend change? As we are moving upwards, as you can see the recent price action, like from more than 6 hours or 5 hours, price is moving sideways. So this trend change would be in context of this sideways movement. So if there is a trend continuation, so price has to eat all this supply and then move upwards. So this is what a conclusion you can come up to, like if, because we are going sideways. And one more important point which is to be observed at this particular point is that there is no whatsoever kind of supply. There is weak supply weak demand followed by a strong demand, but there is an imbalance between demand and supply, and that is the reason we are also getting fair value gap at this particular point. So having said that, this either you can wait for a clear cut direction when the price unfold, whether it is going upwards or downwards, or either this is a very beautiful stop, or for placing a stop loss, this is the beautiful level, or either if you are long here, like I was long here at this particular point. So this is an area where I would look for catching in, like cashing in my some of my profits, or either this would act as a trailing stop loss level for me. So either ways, it gives you an indication that this at this particular point, trend change is evident, and you should stay away from market till the time the direction is clear to you. So having said that, if this is the fair value, this is the fair value gap. You're talking about testing of it. This is what I can make up of this. Like mostly people, like in terms of like breaking down or breaking up out of structure, people normally, I believe in testing of the levels, because for any levels to be strong, I need to see some struggle between them, so demand and supply, buyers and sellers, before initiating any trade or opening any trade. So this helps me a lot. If this is a fair value gap and it holds some importance, then if I align my tape reading tool with this one, how I would trade, I would try to see either a trend change kind of situation creating over here, which was created with this yellow candle. This trend change or price will continue its previous trend. Trend change means either price will, if we are going upwards, either we will go sideways, or either we will start coming downwards. So in this particular case, second outcome of this particular candles or particular tape reading analysis would be that price would continue its previous trend. So if we are moving upwards and this bar was like printed as yellow, or this candle is printed as yellow, so what I would consider it, I will look for another 1 or 2 bars. If I see price progression towards upward direction, then for me it is continuing the previous trend before this particular candle. So in this case, the previous trend is uptrend, like price is moving upwards, and this thing happened, and that's the reason I hold it, like I hold in the straight till this particular point. So this is how I would read this thing. And here also you can see there is the reason I have taken this particular trade is like because I've seen this particular thing, yellow candle, which signifies either a trend change or price continuation of the previous trend. The previous trend was like for like past 2 hours, price was coming downwards. We had one downward candle, but as we were coming down, supply was getting weaker and weaker. That too in a known area of supply. This is completely supply zone, a supply area you can say. So when I see this kind of candle, that means all this supply, like whenever you when you talk about accumulation or distribution, This is a very beautiful example of this accumulation. For me, it's an idea of transfer of power between, or transfer of, or exchange between demand and supply and demand. So whatever supply was here got converted into demand. So that resulted in initiating a trade on this particular candle, and then this is what happened. So this is how I would align with ICT. I don't know more about ICT concepts, but it's quite self-explanatory, because, like, for example, there are liquidity zones, buy liquidity and sell liquidity zones. So if this is a buy liquidity zone, so what I would look for example, if this is a sell liquidity zone, for example, so if price is coming down, I want to see exhaustion of selling and conversion of supply to demand, which was quite clear at this particular point. And there was no supply after an effort to take the market down, and then which was proved by this particular bar. So if you're not long here, by this bar, I was 100% confident that it is going to go upwards. And same goes with if this is the buy liquidity level, for example, like as it is there written on this particular line. The reason I'm speaking slowly, because there are certain people from Europe who are trying to use YouTube's translator or other translators. So if I speak in a fast pace, then they face it difficult to get it converted into their own language. So please bear with me. So this is the supply buy liquidity area, you can say. So as we are approaching this buy liquidity area, demand is getting exhausted, and there is some sort of, or some degree of shortening of thrust, and price is going sideways. And at this particular point, this is the first selling, like for first bar or first candle, which signifies supply is greater than demand. And after that, we had a white bar, that is a no demand bar. For this particular bar, I'm specifically talking about no demand, because we are going upwards. And after a supply, if this bar is printed, then I consider normally it as to be a no demand bar. And as soon as I approach this, like price approach this particular level, there was a weak demand or expected upward price flow. So in this particular this thing, you can say this is a weak demand kind of situation. So we need more story to, or more evidence before initiating any trade for long. But this is a very good place to liquidate your or book your profits, because as if you were long here, or I would have initiated buy at this particular point, because after no supply, like a weak supply, demand is coming in, and no supply after a effort to go down kind of a bar or a candle. After that, this is the supply area. So if I'm not short over here, I'll cover my longs at this particular price. So having said that, this is how I'll use this tool, and you can, once you offer this tool, you can use it, and definitely it will, as far as my experience is concerned, it's your call to take whether you want to go for it or not. But as far as my experience is concerned, it will facilitate whatever tools you're using or whatever indicators you're using. So like this is a sell liquidity. This was the initiation point of this particular sell liquidity area. So as I told you earlier, uh, whenever I see if there is a support or any kind of thing being prices approaching this particular level, uh, I like to see their cessation of price as well as efforts and as well as demand or like like as well as supply, because in this case we are coming down. So I want to see the cessation of supply, which was clearly depicted by this particular yellow color candle or bar, and this all resulted in this weak demand. Initially, whenever there is like it's based on my experience, what I've seen, if this is a V-shaped correction or V-shaped pullback, you can say, of this particular zone, or testing of V-shaped testing of this particular zone, I've seen many a times like there would be strong selling, and later on, as we are approaching this particular level, we we, it's like normal to see either trend change or price continuation kind of a bar, or no supply or no demand kind of a bar, whenever either we are approaching sell liquidity or buy liquidity areas. So, and after immediately after this one, whenever we see this kind of behavior, because if this is selling, why haven't we have broken, and why this particular candle was not a red candle with the blue triangle, specifically telling us that this is a strong selling or supplies in control over demand. So this is clearly saying us that this is hidden buying taking place over here. So I'll not get into all more technical things, but if you align it with this one, I don't know what your how do you trade based on this ICT or any ICT which you are using. But if you use this, I haven't like yesterday I have introduced this one uh, updation of this tape reading analysis dashboard. This would help you a lot in analyzing and understanding what this particular candle uh, with this particular color of the triangle and this color of the triangle and as well as color of the candle or bar signifies. So hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll be uploading other videos along with other strategies wherein we'll try to see how we can merge this trading tool, because this tool is purely based on price, volume, demand, and supply imbalance. How they coordinate with each other based on tapes. Because if you are observing a 1 minute, 1 hour chart, this particular 1 hour candle is as good as 1 hour tape for me. So I'm reading the tape as it is, as price is either progressing downwards or progressing upwards. So once you are acquainted with all this uh, analysis, you can just get into the setting and you can remove the dashboard. And once you know how and what to assess and what to see and how to analyze, you can definitely remove it and you can view the chart. This is 5 minutes to go for like this particular candle. So based on the dashboard, like it says demand supply imbalance is taking place, and this could be a place wherein we can see a trend change or trend continuation. So 5 minutes to go. I'll update what happens after this one or this 4 minutes candle. So if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask me in the WhatsApp, through WhatsApp or through Telegram, or either you can comment below if you have any doubt or questions. So thanks a lot for watching the video.